subdued in the ability to afford childcare, after taking a substantial pay cut to run the country. Those close to the Prime Minister have reportedly described him as having misery etched on his face as he attempts to steer the UK through a pandemic and Brexit negotiations. And his friends allege that he now has money worries to add to his existing pressures after he gave up his newspaper column with the Daily Telegraph, thought to be worth £275,000, plus lucrative fees for speaking arrangements for his PM's salary of £150,000. Mr. Johnson is thought to be concerned about supporting 4 of his 6 children through university, while also affording childcare costs for his youngest son, Wilfred, born on 29 April this year. Boris and his fiancée, Carrie Symonds, get the use of the flat above number 11 Downing Street, which is taxed as benefit in kind. Sign up to start your day with Jason Beattie's email briefing at mirror.co.uk/email, bringing analysis of the political picture straight to your inbox. He also has to pay for food sent up from Downing Street's kitchen, and is presented with a bill by the government every time he wants to host friends at his country retreat, Chequers. One friend told The Times: Boris, like other prime ministers, is very badly served. He doesn't have a housekeeper, he has a single cleaner, and they're worried about being able to afford a nanny. Hair stuck in the flat, and Downing Street is not a nice place to live. It's not like the Elysee or the White House, where you can get away from it all, because they're so big. Even if he or Carrie want to go into the Rose Garden, they have to go through the office. It's also claimed that Mr. Johnson detests being at the helm in rough seas, and that his usual jovial and upbeat outlook has been replaced by darker moods. This week, he warned that the UK is now seeing a second wave coming in, and that it was inevitable coronavirus would hit the country again. Mr. Johnson said a second lockdown was the last thing anybody wants, but said the current measures would need to be kept under review. Speaking in Oxfordshire, the Prime Minister said, "On Monday we brought in the measures that we did, the rule of 6, to really try and restrict what people are doing, and to bring in a new buffer, and to make it absolutely clear, the rule of 6. Indoors 6 maximum, 6 outdoors maximum. But the crucial thing is at the same time to observe the basic rules on social distancing, hands, face, space. That is what everybody has got to do if we want to continue to beat this thing." But as we look at this particular curve and what is happening now, clearly we are going to keep everything under review. I don't want to get into a second national lockdown at all. It is the last thing anybody wants. I don't want to go into bigger lockdown measures at all. We want to keep schools open, and it is fantastic the schools have gone back in the way they have. We want to keep the economy open as far as we possibly can. We want to keep businesses going. The only way we can do that is obviously if people follow the guidance. Meanwhile, in another blow to the PM, Emil Clooney has recently quit as a government envoy in protest over Boris Johnson's law-breaking Brexit plan. The lawyer was appointed special envoy for media freedom last year. But in a letter to Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab, Ms. Clooney said the plan to violate an international treaty by rewriting parts of the Brexit withdrawal agreement was lamentable. She wrote, "It is lamentable for the UK to be speaking of its intention to violate an international treaty signed by the Prime Minister less than a year ago.